So in this video, I'm going to show some of the sign language that we used with our girls. I think it's important for any child. It's something that can benefit any child, whether they have developmental disabilities or not, because we all want to communicate. We all want to make sure that our needs are expressed and known and hopefully met where they can be. But it's especially helpful for kids who take longer to learn how to talk, or kids who maybe never learn how to talk. But this sign language here, we always called it baby sign language because I don't know that these signs are official. I think some of them are official ASL, but I think some of them may be adapted for smaller hands. And it's just the ones that we used. And, I think it's important to note that if you are using this with your kid, and they make up their own sign for something, go with that. Like whatever helps them communicate when they're little and learning how to talk or struggling to develop their speech. I think these can be really helpful. So I just kind of picked out some of the basics and I want to show them to you. So one of the main ones, of course, is drink. And because if a kid is thirsty, if a baby is thirsty, they want to let you know. So drink, how we did drink was a little thumb out to the mouth and tip it like it's a drink. Do you want to drink? Drink. So that was drink. And if you want to be more specific, I know a lot of parents used milk. And so you're kind of alternating your hands open and closing. Just think of like, you're squeezing milk from a cow. Think of an udder. So that's milk. I know some parents have used that to represent, nursing. Like I want nursing time. So whether that's cow milk or boob milk or whatever milk you're using, that can be a good one for milk. And then water. Water's a good one. And I think, have to look this one up. So water is 3 fingers to the chin. Water. And this one, I'm sure you can guess what this one is. It's eat or food. It can represent both. Just you got a little morsel in your hand and just to your mouth. So those are 3. So milk, water, or drink, and eat. So they can be as simple as that, or you can put a few together. So more, that was actually one of Freya's favorite signs, was more, which is just, again, your hands just kind of bunched up like you're holding a little morsel, putting them together. More food. That one was free. I'll show you even. Freya had a sentence. She had a sentence. It was her favorite sentence. And if you have a kid with Prader-Willi syndrome, maybe you'll get a kick out of it. But so for now, so more. And so, if they want more water, more milk, right? So you can put those 2 together. And then what we did with Freya, we also learned, I believe the speech therapist taught us this, which was I want. So the I is going to be the pinky up against your chest. I. And then want, I feel like, is pretty self-explanatory. You're just, I want. I want more food. That was Freya's favorite sentence. Those were her favorite signs. I want more food. So we saw that one a lot. And then all done. When they're done, when they don't want to eat anymore, they don't want to drink anymore, or maybe they're all done playing, they're all done with the activity, all done. And this gives them a way to, to communicate that they're all done, rather than having to cry or stomp around or express themselves in another way. Hopefully this, having something as simple as all done can, give them that little bit of communication that helps them regulate their emotions. So to go along with those, if you want them to be polite, which we do, we all want to be around polite people, right? I hope so. This is please. And again, if you are somebody trained in ASL, American Sign Language, Please know that that's why I'm referring to these as like baby sign language, because there may be some things that I'm not totally getting, but this is what we use with our kids. So this was please, and this is thank you. And so you can put that all together and you can say, I want more food, please. It is the cutest thing when little kids are doing these signs and their little hands are moving. I always loved watching that. It was very cute. So this is please and this is thank you. And two very important ones, especially for potty training. P, right? So you've got your thumb in between your index and your middle finger, and you just give a little twist. I don't know why that's P. I don't know if that is actually ASL, or if that's just something I learned in a book or whatever. But I actually used that the other night. I was out seeing some music with some friends, and it was really loud in there, and I had to go to the bathroom. I walked by my friend. I said, "I'm gonna go pee," and it's just instinctual at this point, when I can't. Anyway, so I made the sign, and she laughed. She got a kick out of it. So this stuff is still useful even as adults. So pee and poop. Poop is your thumb is up, you wrap your hand around it, and you pull. Poop. Poop. It looks like poop. When our oldest daughter was little, we were at a little potluck or whatever, and she had one of those little sailor dresses on because we were around a bunch of sailors, and she had got one of those little pickles, like one of the little pickles, and she was holding it, and she kept making the poop sign, and I realized that she thought she was holding poop. I don't know. It was really cute. She's probably hate that story. So, pee. And you're also, remember, we used to make a sound with it, pss, pss, like a little pee-pee sound. Poop. And those are fantastic for when the kids are learning how to potty train, or even if they're not, potty training, like just when they're babies, when you're changing their diaper, you can say, oh, you went pee, or oh, you went poop. And that can help them kind of put language to what their body is doing or has done. And so that can potentially speed up the process of potty training when they make that connection. I know this is a totally tangential, but we used cloth diapers for our girls, and usually like when we were traveling, but we used a lot of cloth diapers, and when we were outside, it was, if we were in our yard, it was pants free, and so they're more likely to feel it, to notice what their body's doing, like in cloth diapers, because they still get a little wet, wetter than they do in disposable diapers. And so it can help them make that connection a little sooner. And that's what giving them the sign language is. Pee, pss, pss, and poop. And if you want to get silly and add a little poop sound to it, go for it, because that might be funny for them. I'm sure it will. Okay, so a few more. This one, book. That one's pretty obvious. We did that one a lot. Do you want to read a book? Or if they want to read a book, they come to you. All they have to do is this. You want to read a book? Okay, let's sit and read a book. Play. Do you want to play? I think that the actual sign is maybe two hands. I always did one hand. Figure it out for your family, whatever you want to do. Play. And sleepy. I know this is not the sign, but this is what we did. Are you sleepy? I feel like that's probably one of the most obvious ones. You sleepy? So I think it's something different, but that one works. So play, book, and sleepy. Two more. And these are important. This one I did look up. This is help. Okay, you have your fist with your thumb up and your hand. Help. And you move them up and down, I believe. Up and down. Help. Or maybe you could do this. Help. Or if that's too difficult for your child, come up with something that is easier for them. Like I said, you can just make up whatever makes sense for your family. And another one that we used a lot with Freya was hurt. And that's your two index fingers coming together. I have to look at my fingers. Can't look at the computer. Hurt. Okay. So help, however you want to do that one. Help, hurt. And yeah, I think it's just good to have these to pull out. I mean, you can use them at home to help your child communicate better. You could It can be something that you use in public. So like maybe they do play groups a lot, and so they're in the crowd. And sometimes kids, what I've noticed with mine is that when they have these, when they use these regularly, they sometimes um, they sometimes do them when they're not intentionally doing them. Like they'll be thinking they're playing, and they do it. Or like you'll just see them playing with something, and then maybe they go pee in their diaper, and they make the sign for it. And so it's pretty cool how they can internalize these signs, these hand gestures, and with their thoughts. There's a way that just kind of all blends together. And so sometimes you can see what they're thinking, and it can be really helpful and very entertaining, of course. So I'll go through these one more time, and then that'll be it. Okay, so milk is, remember the cow udder, milk. And water, drink, food or eat, more, all done, please, thank you, I want. So I want more food, please. Or it could be, I want more play. I want more book. Or sleepy. I don't know, I have to say it in that voice. Are you sleepy? And then the last two, help and hurt. And that's that. So hopefully these signs have helped. And like I said, adapt them however you want. Create your own signs if you want. I mean, there's a lot out there about baby sign language. And I think it's a very valuable tool as a parent, especially on this journey. So hopefully you get something out of this.